clip we played from Mallory who McMorrow. I want people to realize what she said. It's interesting because what the right is doing right now is they're bringing up abortion, guns, trans people, gay people, immigrants, and there's no legislation for any of those things. Except for the laws that are like you can sue a woman who had an abortion for $10,000 now.
These are just like hot takes for the right.
They're all they are. Yeah, that's all they are. Is they're like, they're taking your guns. Well, no, we're fucking not. You know, we just.
It's from their playbook. Same old.
But there's never anything getting done. And when she said none of these things that you bring up are currently fixing the holes in our roads and the things that the problems that we real Americans face every day. And I would like the right to notice that. Notice that you can hate the libs all you want, whatever. Because I never considered myself liberal. I just like, oh wait, so every time the Democrats are in office, the GDP goes way up and everybody makes more money. I want those guys. I want to be with those guys.
But again, that's a fact.
Yeah,
that is a fact.
It's a fact.
That doesn't work. But
that's the weird part, though. Why? I mean,
they're just fighting to win positions. They don't care what the facts
power.
or that's all it is.
Well, here's one more thing: is that there's so when Citizens United got passed, and I just got this. I was in the shower thinking about it, and I was like, wait. So do you guys understand that our entire country right now is not run by politicians elected by the people? The politicians got elected by the people, but what the politicians are doing is based on whatever corporation gives them the most money.
Yeah.
So when Joe Manchin, who's supposedly a Democrat, him and his family make $1.1 million a year off his coal business. When Biden brings up Build Back Better and says we're going to get rid of coal and gas, we're going to go to renewables because electric cars obviously work, and solar panels obviously work.
Right.
And they say
surprise,
and he says
he doesn't want it.
Yeah, he doesn't want it because he's going to lose $1.1 million. When you see when they go, in healthcare, I just got how shitty it was. They like, we need healthcare. Healthcare's expensive, and they were like, no, you want choice. You don't want to have some government healthcare. You mean like Finland and Norway and Iceland and Canada and
everyone else?
What I got was, if you think about what happens at the end of your life, because we're all gonna die. We're all gonna get some.
What?
We're all gonna. We're all gonna get some horrible disease and die. Or maybe just go out quick. I hope I go out like my dad quick. But if you do...
You don't want to... Your dad did not die quickly. He died over a prolonged period of time where he couldn't breathe and his
last
heart
second was
floating.
quick, though. Yeah, it's true. That's valid. That's
everybody's
valid.
last second is quick.
That's valid.
Yeah, the last second was always going to be quick.
It feels about like a second.
It's a second.
So you're right.
His
health was failing for a long time.
He couldn't climb stairs. He had a pacemaker zapping him and making his rolling chair.
But let's say you can't afford... because
fly across the room.
Our health insurance is expensive.
It's really expensive.
But we're lucky enough to be able to, I have a good job, you have a good job, we do okay.
The job is so-so.
Oh, you're so good at it, though. I know you don't like it, but you're really good at it. You inspire people. Stop it.
Currently arguing with our manager over taking days off in Scotland. He thinks us performing 26 nights in a row is
26 nights in a row?
I'm not going to Scotland.
Yes. An hour each.
I'm not going to Scotland and working every
separately
day.
Not together. Separately.
Right. So
but
you won't have a voice anymore. I mean, speaking of
every night, we're not doing it. I'm going to call him and go, hey, this is how it's going to go. Like it or not.
No, you don't have to get involved all the time.
Okay, you got it. All right. By the way, that's
we don't need laser eyes all the time.
That's just good advice for me. I say that in the show. I go, they said, Titus, what do you think? Which is never a good question to ask me. It's not a good question. So what I got was, at the end of your life, so if you can't afford health insurance and you get sick, what ends up happening is everything you've earned in your life gets paid to medical bills.
It gets stolen from you.
And it all ends up with the pharmaceutical companies and the medical community. And so there is no way in the world to build wealth in this country if you're under a certain level of income.
I have paid, because I've had so many tests, so many procedures in the last month. Even last Friday, I thought, surely I've hit the deductible by now for the MRI. No, I had to pay $900 for that. The week before, $1,700. I mean, it's like every week I've paid some insane amount. And then the health insurance company, I went to CVS to get medication, and they said, you don't have health insurance. And I'm like, what? So they accidentally canceled it. So I had to call, and the lady's like, oh yeah, I see what happened here. It was like, it's such our healthcare system is so screwed up. I don't know why they did that.
The word is clusterfuck.
I said, you have the payment, right? She goes, yeah, we have your payment. I don't know why.
So the reason that happens is because all of our senators and all of the people in Congress are getting paid millions. Look it up.
Yeah.
Millions and millions of dollars by these companies. Or ExxonMobil, BP, they're all sending them millions of dollars because of Citizens United, which said all corporations are people. The problem is the people don't have that kind of money. So these people who we've elected, the people elected, are fucking doing everything they can based on what the corporations who get money from the people want. So they can steal more from the people.
They have been encouraged.
George Carlin was so fucking right.
Yeah. They don't want us to go to solar or renewable energy because they're getting so much money from oil and gas. It's like anything that would actually progress us, they don't want, because then they don't get money for that. So we need for people like Elon Musk or people in solar or whatever to start lobbying and putting money in their pockets so that we can
Musk, if Musk would do that, that's what needs to happen. If Musk has the money, he's worth $251 billion now. If he could totally lobby those guys and actually get it.
What about Penis Head, the little with the penis rockets?
Yeah, Bezos.
Yep.
Bezos.
That guy.
Well, any one of them. Gates. Any one of them.
Problem is that big money. Well,
Bill Gates does do stuff, and now look at the appreciation he's gotten.
Gates is at least busting his ass to try to save the world. But it's interesting that you say this because they could and they don't.
That's right.
Something happens at a certain level of money. Do you know how hard it is to spend $1 billion? It's almost impossible to spend $1 billion. I would try also, but you can't do it because the money it's generating sitting there. So he's got 200 and something. It's an unimaginable amount of money.
And the amount of money that they made just in like the jump that happened during the pandemic, they could have just taken that profit right there and solved like half of the country's issues.
Yeah. But then people will say this, why should that guy have to do it? Well, I mean,
because
he shouldn't, but he should have to pay taxes equal the company, not the personal, but not the person, but the company should have to pay the same percentage of taxes so that then that money could go into, of course, if it hits the government, it won't.
Didn't our taxes fund the subsidies that created the profits for Tesla? That created the...
Correct. But also, this is what bothers me too. So we all pay taxes, right?
What did you just say? How does it make sense?
This was bothering me too. We all pay taxes, right? The right keeps saying that we want to cut taxes. But like, all I want is, I don't mind paying taxes. Just give me the shit I'm paying for.
Yeah.
Make sure the roads are fixed. Make sure that we get stuff done. Make sure that homeless people aren't encamped on the fucking street all day long. Do what you got to do. Do your jobs. Make sure the cops aren't putting a bullet in the guy's head. Did you see that video of that dude?
I don't watch videos anymore.
I know. Yeah, but that's what's wrong with us right now. We're to a point now where we're so... It's like the horror that we see every day is disheartening to the point where I get why people are nuts, because they're like,
but
everyone's going like, fuck it, it's all over anyway.
You do it all day long. Like the first thing you do when you wake up, you'll get your phone, I'll look over, and you're on Twitter. You couldn't sleep last night at 5 o'clock this morning. I woke up because I feel the disturbance in the force, and I look over at 5 a.m. He's lying in bed in the dark on Twitter, and it is a place of horror. You have to unplug from that because
I was writing a thing. Sometimes
it's not a lot better out here, but it's some better.
I have essays come into my head while I'm awake sometimes.
Essays?
It was a 14 thing essay about what has the GOP done for you. 14 tweet essay.
Oh, you wrote a Twitter essay.
I did.
Oh, okay.
They do quite well. I'm very smart.
Remember what we were saying about tough guys not having to say they were tough?
Listen, man, no one talks about their tweeting if they're a tweeter.